Hi, I'm Sunny Bottoms, and this is Between Two Levees. Today, my guest is Jay Coker, who is a rice grower in Arkansas County, in Arkansas. Jay, tell me a little bit about your operation.
We farm around 7,000 acres of rice, soybeans, corn, predominantly more rice acres than any of the other crops.
I've known you for several years now, and get a chance to get on your farm every once in a while, about once a year. But so today, I invited you to talk about kind of a hot topic, per se, pun intended, and that is about burning of rice fields. There seems to be some maybe public misunderstandings about that, and also there's a new app that we want to discuss that kind of helps growers to know when to burn. So let's start off with, why do you burn rice stubble?
The biggest reason we burn rice stubble, the first thing most people think about is to get rid of excessive straw. That reduces tillage trips for the next crop. It helps get rid of unwanted disease pathogens. It helps with weed seed. It just helps with a lot of things from an agronomic perspective that allow us to be more efficient, allow us to have better conditions for the next season's crop.
So one of the things you are burning, however, you are using less diesel and things like that because it requires less tractor work to prepare the field for planting next year once that straw is gone.
That's right. Burning is actually one of the most environmentally sound practices we have. We eliminate about 5 tractor trips at least by being able to burn. The excess straw creates that more tillage trips. So it is very efficient for labor, equipment, delaying the next year's planting crop, all of those factors.
That's very good information. That's just a good thing to think about. So it's not just cut and dry.
Well, and one thing people don't realize, when we burn rice straw in particular, we're probably only getting rid of about 60% of the actual straw and stubble. So we're really getting rid of the excess that's laying on the top of the soil surface, the straw that gives us the most trouble. But there's, in my opinion, there's at least 40% of the straw and stubble that does not get burned. Okay.
So you're still retaining some of those nutrients and things like that, but you're getting rid of the most problematic straw.
Correct.
So there's a little bit of unsureness about this new FireSmart app, which is not really an app. It is a website, but you could go to that website and save it to the home screen on your phone to be able to use it. So just to clear up some of the theories of, there's some smoking mirrors going on, again, pun intended. I'm on a roll today. So let's clear that up a little bit. So you are a user of the FireSmart app.
Correct.
Where did that originate from?
Okay, so I know time goes by pretty quick, but it seemed like 4 or 5 years ago, when there started to be some negative publicity about burning and some possible effects that was not being well received by the public, we were made aware of an app that the Arkansas Forestry Commission uses and has used for a number of years that they would use for prescribed burns and things that they were doing to help them lessen the impact of the dangers of burning, the liabilities of burning, and any negative impact on neighbors or communities. So we basically just adopted what they were doing, what had already been tried and true, the things that they saw that were working, and we just brought that forward.
So it's not a reinvention of the wheel. You're basically taking something that's already worked, that government agencies already been using for their own prescribed burns. So one of the benefits that I was made aware of is this isn't only just to help the public, which is a good benefit, because that way you know which way the smoke's going, and because there's sometimes we can tell wind direction pretty easily, right? We can sit out here and lick our thumbs and put it up in the air. However, there's a lot of other atmospheric information that we don't necessarily have just standing out here, right? Whether there's an inversion going on, or difference in humidity and effects. So one of the things that I was brought to my attention is this is very beneficial for you as a grower to use. So could you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so when we use the app and we get the information, we put our information in, then it gives us a recommendation on if it's a good day to burn. We don't want to negatively impact the communities around us. We don't want to negatively impact our neighbors, our families, or our employees. So we want to burn efficiently. We want to burn safe. We want to know when the wind direction is blowing and will continue to blow in that direction throughout the time period we're going to burn. We want to know if the atmosphere and the humidity is such that the smoke will dissipate, will be gone quickly. The fire moves across the field efficiently. We get a good burn. We accomplish what we're trying to do, and it moves in the right direction, limits our liabilities, and just makes an overall successful operation.
So, I mean, I know burning's been done with years of experience with a lot of growers. However, there's sometimes we don't know the wind's starting out here, and we may not realize how long this field's going to take to burn once it's harvested. And so, during the next 4 or 5 hours, if it's a slow burn, then the wind could actually change direction and start affecting people. But this app would actually let you know that. So you put in that you're burning rice stubble, and that what you consider like the load, if it's a heavy straw load or if it's a medium straw load, it'll estimate how long, given the atmospheric conditions, it takes for this whole field to burn off cleanly, and for the smoke to get up and get gone and not affect your neighbors. And so it's actually a benefit to the grower, because you're actually getting a better burn instead of there being areas in the field that didn't want to burn off cleanly and all, and it stays smoldering till sundown, and that's where we get into some issues.
Right. That's where the longer the burn takes, the more chance that we're going to get something that we didn't really intend to.
And then if it's not a clean burn, then you have to make more trips across the fields when you're managing the stubble. So it's really a win-win for the public and for growers.
Right. We're better off, we feel like, if we get in a situation where it's gotten too late in the day, the winds are calming down, the humidity is rising, whatever those conditions are, anything that might occur that's going to prolong the burn or take away from the benefit of the burn, then we want to know that. And many times the app will tell us that. So we're better off waiting a day or two, right, and then getting the right conditions and doing it much more successful.
Well, that makes sense. And Jay, thank you so much for taking your time out. I know you're in the middle of harvest and getting ready to start the day, but I really appreciate you spending time with me and discussing this.
I appreciate Arkansas Rice, the USA Rice, the industry, all the groups involved, the Department of Agriculture, private industry like yourself that are getting the word out, because it is something that as farmers we have got to be aware of, and we got to know that people are watching us, and sometimes we're under scrutiny. So we want to do things in the right manner.
Thank you, Jay.